Yay, we are live. Hello, everyone. It's later. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. And please welcome to the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. We are joined by our very special friend, Danielle, as we move on. Last week we were in Virginia. Now we're going to be in New York. So it's really excited to meet her face to face. I wish we were in person, but the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour is all about highlighting amazing warriors out there who are making an impact in their community. So I'm excited to have her with us today. So if anyone out there watching, just leave a comment and let us know where you're tuning in from. Please participate in the discussion. We'll be sharing a lot of information, so join the conversation as much as you can. There's Lupus Spoons. Welcome. I know she's tuning in. So we have exciting information to go through. Let's kick it off with introductions. I'm Melissa Tolwer from the Support Fibromyalgia Network, and I'll hand it over to Estella.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am Estella Mata. I'm one of the co-founders of Looms For Lupus, a nonprofit organization that my sisters and I formed to help those living with lupus and overlapping conditions such as fibromyalgia, their loved ones and caregivers. And we're excited to be here with you guys today, and we're excited to have Danielle here with us as well. So looking forward to learning more and sharing a lot of the things that you are doing over in New York.
I know. Let's introduce her. I know there's some of the bio, and you've added more certifications, which is amazing. I can't wait to have you come back and we have full discussion on wellness, ketogenic diet. So Danielle is the director of Laxin for Lupus. So it's a nonprofit that was founded by her son James. She is also an RYT 500 certified yoga instructor, a certified personal trainer, a certified life and wellness coach, and I think I even saw Reiki master and teacher too in your email as well. And most importantly, a lupus warrior. So she believes that together we can make a change to your body and mind and take that journey together, which I love. So she's building up that entire community, has fun doing it, brings us to wellness. So thanks, Danielle, for being here on the tour.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. I get so excited when May is coming. I'm pull out all my purple and all my butterflies. And I love that fibromyalgia and lupus overlap that way, that it's the butterflies, it's the purple, and, some of the symptoms overlap. So I just love that we can all kind of come together during this month and, do such great collaborations. It's very, very cool. So my son founded Laxin for Lupus for me when he was 14 years old. So that was 6 years ago. It was his gift to me on Mother's Day. I really kind of kept my lupus a secret for a very long time. I didn't tell friends and family. I really never put it out there. I kind of suffered in silence by myself. And as the kids got older, they realized that there was stuff going on. And my son felt that I shouldn't keep it a secret. And he's really the one that made me kind of come out there and decide that I wanted to be an advocate and start helping others. And it's amazing that a 14-year-old can do something so amazing and make you see what really you're meant to do, with your life. So he founded this charity to not-for-profit. And what we do is right now, we just kind of accept donations and stuff, but I'm in the midst of getting a grant so he can do a lacrosse tournament. And it would be, multiple teams, and there would be sponsors and all kinds of stuff. And from there, he would be able, now he's older, he's going to be 21. So we're able to kind of get better ideas and brainstorm together. So that would be better. But right now he donates the money to the Lupus Alliance, and it's whatever he can do for the year. And usually it's a few $100s, maybe up to $1,000. And he donates it to children of women with lupus for their children to buy books for college. So he gets to designate where he wants the money to go. And since he's a college student, he thinks that's where it should go. And it's his charity. So that's where it goes. And I run a bunch of free lupus support groups for the Lupus Alliance. And we help to fund that as well. And that's what we do with our charity.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, there's so many levels to the impact that you're making in the community, not only through, the non-for-profit, but just like bringing in that health and wellness aspect. We're definitely going to have to share like your social media accounts at the end when people can find you, because it's so much fun. And then connecting those pieces together, it's just amazing on how we can collaborate and work together when it comes to all of these services. And you will have to let us know when the support group times are as well. So we'll get that. I mean, are there particular days that you're hosting, or how does that go?
Right now, what I do is I'll put them out there every now and then. Like I kind of get like, so now May is coming, so I'll probably try to do one a week. But usually what I do is I kind of get the feel out there for what people are doing in our community. Like I could see it on their pages. And if I see one or two people that I follow struggling a little bit, I will decide at that point that maybe a support group should be, necessary. And they also have a clubhouse. So in my clubhouse, I have a room that is on Mondays at 9:30, and that's called Keto and Autoimmune. But so it's not just for lupus, and it's not just keto. Like everything gets discussed in there. It just happens to be that keto is my specialty. So it's under that blanket, but that's not what it is. We discuss everything, any symptoms anybody has, and everybody just joins in and tries to help somebody out in some way. And then they offer a bunch of free yoga classes online on YouTube. Sometimes they're on my Instagram. It depends what kind of mood that I'm in, of what I feel like doing at the moment. I'm very whimsical, so it could just kind of pop up that I'm there, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing yoga today. So you never know what could happen on my page.
I mean, that's the part of it. And I think Estella can relate to just the ideas, right? And one of the big questions for the Impact Tour is like coming together. We're all coming together and sharing and really assessing the needs of the community, and also trying to figure out how to work together as advocates, right? Because we want to know what you're doing. We want to know what Estella's doing and Juana, and how they work together. So this is the big question, is like, are there things that you feel are missing in the community? And then also, how do you feel that we could all work together?
Is that from me?
Yes.
Okay. So what I think is missing in the community are more people that want to support other people. This is going to come off so bad, and I'm probably going to take so many hits down below for this, but I do believe that there are a lot of negative people in the lupus community. I feel like they're always fighting for who has the more symptoms, who is the weakest one, who didn't get out of bed the longest. Like, I don't think there's enough. Stella is laughing at me because this is the truth. It's so woe is me that I'm always the one that's like, come on, like, let's go. You don't have to have this life. And we need more cheerleaders and more people saying, yeah, maybe I didn't get out of bed yesterday, but today is a new day. And, get up, you can do it. I promise you can do it. And that's what I think our community is missing. Like sometimes you have to be a little bit harder and not always pacifying the person that's, down in their bed. Like sometimes it gets to a point where I know they get angry at their spouses or a family who's like, you're always so tired, but it kind of gets to a point where get up. Like you have to kind of like, and someone has to support you in that journey to show you can. I'm laughing because Estella is totally making the funniest faces at me.
Because I agree. So here's the thing, and we're probably both going to get, all kinds of comments, but in a not in the nicest way ever. One of the things that we always try to promote is empowering, right? So we understand, like when my sister was diagnosed with lupus in 2009, she literally almost died. If she would not have advocated for herself, she would not have survived the next day. So for us, empowering each other, self-advocating for each other is always, or for ourselves, is always so important. And anything we learn, that has helped her, we share with others. So for me, and Christine is saying the same thing, we need to empower each other, not bring each other down. And that's exactly what it's about. It's not a competition of who has it worse. It's not about how many times you were, about to die. I think it's about, you know what? I overcame this, and let me see what I can do for myself and to help empower others. And I see that you do that, and it's pretty amazing. And I love what you said earlier, that you're so whimsical. You look to see what the need is and what people are posting about, and then you try and fill that need. And I think that's what's needed. Looking at what's going on in the community, because we are in the community, grassroots levels. We know what's going on. We know what is needed. And instead of bashing each other, competing with one another, working together and empowering each other is what's going to get us through all of this.
Exactly. It's not a competition. I mean, that's something we talk about too. And I know both of you can relate, because I know working with Estella, she has a whole lot of optimism that she comes to the table. She comes to the table with a smile, and she's always like, good morning. And I tend to be on a little bit grumpier side of things. So I just like, okay, like how do you generate that like cheerleader spirit, that's why it's great. We all can work together and balance each other out. So you have the Sheldon Cooper and me who wants to just focus on the science and the, basic, a little bit grumpier, just wants to be left alone sometimes. And you have the big smiles from Danielle and Estella working together. Christine's always getting us laughing. I know Lupus Spoon, same thing. So that's why it's having these conversations. And I just like, what the solutions are. So Danielle, you've come up with different solutions of like, spreading that wellness too. Is that a part of it as well? Have you noticed a need for those resources in the community?
I have. And I noticed really at the beginning of COVID, for example, while a lot of lupus patients are homebound and already know what that kind of feels like, now their space was kind of invaded by spouses and children, and everybody was now kind of in their space. And for me, I definitely struggled a little bit with that. I had like a hard time with my whole world my schedule being turned upside down, because I think a lot of us are very regimented. So in the beginning, I was trying really hard to offer gentle yoga classes, and I was doing it every single day. I was going live. I was doing chair yoga. I was asking anybody what they needed. I was offering counseling on the side if anybody just wanted to message me and just to talk, because it was hard, really hard in the beginning. And I found that that's where I kind of blew up. My Instagram kind of blew up over COVID. I went from like 2,000 followers to over 12,000. And I think that had a lot to do with it. People really just kind of related to me saying like, I'm struggling today. Like today is really hard for me. And I'm going to do, we're going to do like a fun dance class. We're going to do some kickboxing today. And if you just want to sit and watch and listen to the great music that I'm playing, then you do that, like whatever makes you happy. And so I do find that I kind of wait and see what everybody is looking for. And then I kind of just go with that.
I mean, it was definitely great to like watch, because I saw the transition in the beginning with the videos put on and stuff. So I was even watching, I wasn't necessarily maybe doing the yoga with you, but I was like watching, I was like, oh, this is fun. So it reminds me of like music and interpreting movement and all of that we don't really talk about or reframe for people in like the autoimmune communities. So I would love to hear from Estella too on like what she thought with the challenges and how we like can work together as well.
Yes, and it's so funny, going back to what you said, Melissa, about you being the serious one. One of the things that I have been saying throughout this whole journey is highlighting and working with the community has been an amazing project that Melissa has brought on. So highlighting what you are doing in your community, how you assess the needs and how you feel those needs is very important. But I agree, yes, during the pandemic, it was really, really difficult for a lot of us. And one of the things that I did notice, that's when I started following you, by the way. We heard about you. So I was one of those, maybe I was the one that peaked you up to the 12,000. I'm just kidding. But But what I was saying is literally it is about the community, and seeing what you were doing was really amazing. Even though I couldn't participate all the time, it was something that I knew was there. So it's always great to see that. And for us, one of the needs that we saw that was out there was the mental health, and talking about it and knowing that it was okay not to be okay. And we started hosting a mental health Monday series that through Facebook, and it's kind of hard to reach everyone. So we started doing that, and I think it was something again that we saw that was needed. But I also realized, like for me, I can't just always give, which is what you were saying. It becomes overwhelming, and you want to do it every day, and sometimes you can't do it, and it's okay to not do it all, because this is why Melissa's doing this, and why we're doing these sessions is because we're taking the road trip, highlighting what everyone is doing in their community. That way, you know that you're there in New York, but if you have someone that reached out to you from over here where we can help you out, then we can tag team and make it work better for all of us. So we also can take care of ourselves and be able to take care of others, right? Because we can't pour from an empty cup. So that's really one of the things that I've realized too, is sometimes we take on too much because we want to help, but we also need to be able to be mindful about that. So that's one of the things that I love that you talked about right now, is you were there trying to do this every day, and it was great, and you probably helped so many, but it's also good for us to assess what we're doing and how we can help ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had days where I came on and I said to everybody, like, I'm here because of you. Like, I was having a rough day. I almost didn't show up today, but thanks to everyone who signs on here, I'm here. Like, I'm here for you, and thank you for being there for me, because lots of times they don't even realize that it helped me too. Like, I had many a moment that I was like, I'm not doing so great today. Today is not a happy day in New York, because if anybody knows, New York really was hit terribly, and we are still not back to normal here. So it's been a rough road for New Yorkers. And there were plenty of times where you felt really lonely, really isolated, and it was hard. It definitely was hard. So it was nice to see that people that you don't even know, you start to know, and they become your friends and your family, and really your biggest supporters, which is completely amazing. So yeah, you're right, Estella. You definitely we need to all be there for each other. Definitely.
Yeah, especially as advocates. I mean, that was the goal for all of this, because I understood like how, even looking at the pandemic and just being like, okay, how am I supposed to help people? I can't like go out. Like, how do we do this? And then it made me realize too, there's so many of us out there. Like, we need to connect together, brainstorm, and bring these like resources to people, because we're sending like Instacarts across the country to get people toilet paper and cleaning supplies. And I'm like, I don't know who to like ask for someone that's, in Idaho. Like, where do I find that? So like, it made me realize we need to like build these connections at a grassroots level and see who else is serving the community and making an impact, and come together. Let's brainstorm and see how we can best support our communities all together. So that's why it's sort of like formed this idea a little bit off the cuff, but we continue to have interviews, and we're meeting, and we're collecting, we're doing proclamations, we're doing all our May stuff. So we're working together, and we're going to continue. That's why we're just going to continue on doing these interviews and meeting amazing people like you, Danielle. And we're just like, push, but like all working together. And so that's a part of it, but it's fun, right? Like, I hope that you're having fun.
I'm definitely having fun. I have fun every day. Like you said, that you're the Sheldon, like you're the smarter, the data, like that's not me. I don't want to know the data. I would love to tell you that I'd like to march on Capitol Hill, but I don't want to. I don't want to be that person. I will help you get to be able to walk on Capitol Hill. I will train you to get there, but all the political, like that's not me. I'm more about your mental and social and physical well-being, not so much about what the data says about everything. That's just not who I am. I'm not that scientific person. I'm more of the emotional hugger, Come to me, I'll talk to you. That's more. So we need you, we need Estella, we need me, because everybody makes that, circle where we can all support each other and cohesively be able to make a change in our, groups.
Yes, of course. And I just got distracted because Christine posted the comment. I did send Christine toilet paper during the pandemic. So I was sending gift packages to anyone of toilet paper or Clorox wipes. As soon as I found it, like on Amazon Fresh, I was like, boo. So everyone's address was entered in from our whole team. I'm like, there's your gift. And suddenly Instacart or like Amazon Fresh would appear. So yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, Melissa, is that you were thinking of, again, assessing the needs, like what can I give right now? And I think you mentioned it last time, is it used to be toilet paper would be the gift. And now it's like, no, these are like the needs. These are the basic needs that we need. So it's pretty amazing to see how we can help each other in that way. So it's pretty cool that you did that.
Well, I know this is a road trip, right, Estella? So
yeah. And imagine, okay, so I love that, Danielle, that you said about you're not the one that will be walking the Capitol Hill and all of that stuff and checking all the numbers and all the statistics that Melissa loves. I'm like you. I tell her, you know what? I can't get that nerdy, but I will get me in front of a camera. I'm okay. I can speak. I can walk. I can walk in heels in the Capitol Hill. I'm okay with doing that. And I love it. And I will take pictures and document every single moment. But when it comes to numbers, I'm not that great. I'm not a fan. Because I will tell you, I took statistics twice. So I had to do that because it was too much for me. But having a road trip and having people like you that will calm us down, because my brain works all day, all night. I need someone to bring me back. So to have you on a road trip, I think would be pretty amazing, because, we need someone to calm me down and to kind of bring us back to the zone where we need to be to relax. So if we're on a road trip like we are now, what does that look like? Are we in a bus? Are we in a car? Are we in a van? And what are the must-haves on this road trip as far as like music, any comfort food or anything that you would love to bring along?
Oh, you guys are going to laugh. So we are 100%, we are in a convertible. And we're in a red one. We are in a red convertible, no doubt. And the top is totally down and nobody has a scarf on their head. Everybody's hair is flying in the wind. So that's what we are in. What was the question? Where are we going? No, not. Oh, what are we doing? I'm running.
Yeah, what are your essentials?
I'm totally running ragged. What?
What are we doing and eating?
Okay, so we are definitely finding a spot where we're going to do some yoga. That is for sure a beautiful location outside, and yoga will be taking place. Probably a hike before with like yoga after. That's probably why I sleep so well. I have way too much energy and I'm constantly going. And when it's time to go to sleep, I literally reach like a baby. Like I recharge like a baby, and then wake up in the morning and I'm ready to go. So I would be very, very busy. And snacking for me probably looks different from a lot of people because I am keto. And I really do eliminate all inflammatory foods. And I don't ever cheat. I have not cheated. I have not had sugar, any real sugar or anything inflammatory in over 3.5 years. So for me, it looks like we are having, a bunch of nuts and seeds, maybe some like beef jerky sticks, keto cookies, keto potato chips. But if they're not made of potato, they may be probably almond flour or something. But there's definitely a lot of goodies and always a lot of zero chocolate there because I eat chocolate throughout the entire day. I eat so much chocolate. I graze on chips, like milk chocolate chips, which is terrible, but they're, sweetened with monk fruit or stevia, and they're so good. And I just continue to graze on those throughout the day. But that's what a road trip would look like with me. You definitely, and the music would be 80s and 90s freestyle.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's awesome.
That's what it would be. You'd be listening to that, club music the whole time, singing and dancing in the car, and maybe some Ricky Martin because I just love him. And J-Lo, just some good stuff. TKA and all that fun, way back when, because I'm a born in the 70s girl. So 80s, 90s music is what would be playing.
Oh, that's fun. I have to put together an 80s class. So I was like looking through music late. So I'm like, maybe we do Footloose or like We Got the Beat and all that stuff. So that's fun. Well, and then I like the keto snacks because then you'll keep me on track. Although I still need to find a good chocolate. So we'll have to talk after to see because I'm particular on the chocolate and I haven't been able to find something, a healthier version of what I like to satisfy. But I mean, in previous times, that I travel with avocados everywhere I go, even get stopped in the airport. But we'll have to talk like snacks. I mean, do you have favorites of particular snacks like that people out there could like go find?
I do. I really do love the brand Chalk Zero, CHOCZERO. I do love them. There are no sugar alcohols in their chocolate, so you're not going to get a bellyache. None of that is going to happen from having their chocolate. It's very low in carbs. It has zero sugar. The glycemic index, there isn't one. Like and it tastes delicious because it is pure chocolate and just sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. So it is absolutely amazing. They have truffles right now for spring. They just came out with Mother's Day coconut truffles. So if you like coconut, those are really yummy. So I do love them for chocolate. I like Quest makes like chips. And so if you want like crunchy, they make really good chips in all flavors, chili lime, sweet and sour, something or other, ranch, anything, barbecue. Their chips are delicious. I actually even break them up and bread chicken with them and like we'll cook chicken so that they have like a crunch on them. I love that. I love, what are my favorites? Oh, cereal. I love Magic Spoon cereal. I'm a big cereal girl. So I love that. I like Nutella, so I buy the Chalk Zero Nutella, and I kind of eat it. Disgusting. I'm disgusting. I eat it with a spoon. I'm really gross, like right out of the jar. No inhibition when it comes to stuff. It's terrible. But yeah, so I'm a snacker. I definitely am. I like yogurt, and I throw chips in there, and I like to buy coconut yogurt, and I'll put unsweetened coconut flakes, almonds, and a couple of chips, and it's like an almond joy. Like I just kind of mix it all up in there. So I'm definitely a snacker. I love my little treats throughout the day, so yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm like so excited. I've never been so excited to hear about keto. So I had no clue, like everything that you're talking about, keto chocolate and all of that. Like, I think we need to learn more about these things because a lot of times when you think of like keto diet or anything diet, you always think of, holding back and being held back from enjoying, snacks or enjoying good things that you may find delicious or, like chocolate. If you're a chocoholic, like you want something delicious. And you talked about chips, you talked about yogurt, you talked about nuts, you talked about chocolate and everything. And I'm thinking, gosh, I don't know a lot about that. And it's interesting to see how your conversation, now I want to learn more about like keto things. And if it's going to make us, healthier, why not even try it? So I think this road trip would be very, very beneficial to me. To be with you, not only my hair being loose, but listening to Footloose and 90s music, because I was born in the 70s, but to learn to be able to snack healthy, I'm all for it.
That's the thing. Like, I don't like to use the word diet. I love lifestyle. So, I have recipes for, I always have these avocado brownies that I make myself. So I'm laughing when Melissa said avocados, because I make these brownies with almond flour and avocado. and they're amazing. So they're not inflammatory. There's nothing bizarre in there. It's like literally an egg, avocado, half a full avocado, almond flour, some sweetener, vanilla. That's it. So, anything that's usually under 5 ingredients is not going to have something inflammatory for you in it. So I make those with a cream cheese chocolate frosting to die for. And I have that brownie every single night. So I do not deprive myself. I do not deprive my clients. You tell me you want chocolate, you want chips, you want cake, I will figure it out. I will get it in there for you. You will have that goodie treat that you want. Like, I don't think that, because it has to become a lifestyle at some point. It can't always be a diet. So yeah, I would love to talk keto. I love keto.
You guys all hungry. Now I want to try that Chalk Zero. I want to try those potato-less chips, the crunchy chicken. And I think Christine's hungry too now. I don't think I had ever been so excited to eat something keto or to learn more about it. And I think it's also very good how you're giving us that these different ideas. I never thought of avocado and brownies being combined at the same time. So that is also very good. But you were mentioning something about alcohol, sugar, and stuff like that. And I don't think a lot of us realize that there's so many different types of sugars and how do we read labels and all of that. So that I think is very important. And I love the fact that you just are so excited about sharing all these yummy recipes. And I think maybe one day we need to learn more about those.
Well, we've talked about having Danielle have a conversation because I want to have a conversation with her since I've adopted a keto lifestyle to have and the differences, and then, maybe go into a little science if she allows me. But I love the balance of like recipes because there is this anti-inflammatory property that I can talk about all day long when it comes to adding like a ketogenic with BDNF. I can go into the brain-derived neurotropic factors, and then Danielle can balance it out with recipes and fun. See, this is already like,
this is perfect. You do the science, she does the recipes, and I do the tasting.
Well, I need these recipes too. Like I said, it's like during the pandemic, I was really, because I had been like heavily keto with like just like vegetables and stuff. And then I'm craving comfort food. I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. So I'm like trying to watch grocery hauls. I mean, I'm not a natural cook, so I was just constantly making smoothies. I'm like, how am I supposed to get this comfort food and not like all the way off? So I love this like brainstorming. So Danielle, we need these recipes and the magic of avocados, avocado like mousse, avocado brownies.
Well, if you follow me, it's always on there. I'm always posting. I've actually made a chocolate mousse by a phenomenal chef, Chef Michael Silverstein. He's amazing. And he has a keto book. And I make mashed potatoes, which are not potatoes, out of celery root. And you would never know. They're insane. They are literally insane. You are licking the spoon as you're putting it into the dishes. It's so good. So there are so many, and that's a major comfort food. And I make that with like butter chicken, which is like an Indian type food. So like this Indian food with this mashed potatoes. And Melissa, that is comfort. Like that's yum. So
I know, we're gonna have so much fun. Like this is why it'd be like great because we have the healthiest road trip ever. Because I think we'll keep Estella on track. I've been texting her. I'll be like, go Costco and find those like smoothie bags because they have the one with the avocado in there now and like they're frozen. So like just anything to get healthier aspects, and then the yoga. So I could see us on the road with a convertible, but we get out and stop and we're all doing yoga out there. I'd be like.
And this is the beauty of the road trip is we get to learn from each other and also have fun while we're doing it. So it's pretty amazing. And yes, I did get those smoothies that Melissa was talking about, and she has been trying to get on me to do that. And it's amazing. But now I think that I know that there's so many yummy recipes. I think we need to try a couple together, Melissa.
Oh yeah, we're gonna tag team with Danielle. So it's like tag team partners. Oh, I have to do the high five over here. Tag team partnerships. Okay, like group high fives. for all of us together to like help each other, right? I mean, support each other, because it's tricky. We have a lot that we're doing with advocacy work, and you talked about it too. You're working on a grant. There's the support group aspect, and I don't know if anyone else there feels like sometimes when the stress is on, like you really want to snack or really want to eat. Some people like don't, they stop, or if you stop eating too, you're not getting nutrition in. So supporting each other and being like, okay, I'm going to hold you accountable to make sure you eat today, and like make sure you don't go to get that donut. But then like I'm sure there's keto versions of donuts too.
I make insane apple cider donuts in October, November, when it's like everyone is having apple cider donuts because it's fall and the leaves are falling and pumpkin picking. I do have an amazing apple cider donut recipe.
Well, and I like that you mentioned the sugar alcohols. I'm really going to have to check out, because it'd be lucky that we are having a convertible, because those sugar alcohols in my stomach, like, whoo, no.
No good. No bueno.
Well, I'm glad you picked that up, because sometimes even in the keto world, and I don't want to get distracted there, because I do want to have that you come back to have these questions, but sometimes those products, like you have to really watch if you have digestive issues, because they put in both like the sugar alcohols, then the fiber, so you know where you're going.
Yeah.
Nowhere good. No.
And it looks like we're picking up people with this conversation, because Karen just said that avocado brownies, yoga in a convertible, sign me up for this road trip. So that's pretty amazing. And then as I was going through some of the comments, there is someone higher up, Melissa, that had said that, I think she's from Indianapolis or something like that. And she, I think, needs help. So one of the things that I want to let everyone know is we're here. We're all virtual right now with support groups. So please do not feel like you're alone. If you can't find a resource in your area, reach out to any one of us. And then also all this highlighting that we're doing, if you want to highlight an organization, like let us know as well, because this is about community. And so I just don't want anyone to be left alone. We want you to come and join us on this road trip, on this yummy, healthy road trip as well. So I just wanted to highlight those two comments that I had seen, because I don't want people to think that we're not looking at those as we're having fun with this conversation. So really quick, I have a question. Where can everyone reach you, Danielle? Where can we find you in social media? I know I found you on Instagram, but where can everyone else find you?
I am definitely most prominent on Instagram. That's where I spend the majority of my time. And my name on there is KetoLupie, which is, I think it's under my name here someplace. That's where I post everything. I post recipes and even my blog. I do have a website, KetoLupie.com, but anything that's on there is usually on my Instagram as well. So you can find me there. Facebook, I have a site called KetoLupie on there. I don't really utilize it that much. I'm not a huge Facebooker. I don't know. I'm just not. And I'm also on Clubhouse under Danielle Turco, and I do run a few different groups under there. So you can find me there, connect with me there. But really, I would say the best place to catch me is on Instagram, and I am very accessible. I answer every single DM. I do not ignore anybody, and I answer usually within a few hours. And no question is ever ignored, and no question is irrelevant. I will always be there to help and support no matter what. So reach out to me there.
That's amazing. And like you just said, that getting back to people too, I'm gonna have to pick your brain on like how you schedule that time, because you keep up with the comments and notifications. I noticed that you're always like, I had questions for you, respond. We have Lupus Spoon. She's asking what Clubhouse is. Do you want to give a brief introduction on like what that is for everyone?
So Clubhouse is a new social media platform where people get together, and it started off as a networking community, but it's really become for certain communities a support community. So it's only on iPhone. You cannot get to it if you have an Android or a Samsung. The app is not there for you, unfortunately. So you can request. I want to say I might have 4 invites. So If you are interested in a Clubhouse invite, find me on Instagram. Tell me you're interested in one of the invites that I just mentioned, and then I have to text it to you. It's the only way. So you are at that point going to have to give me your cell phone number to send you the invitation. So I will send you the invitation, and through there you can find all these support communities, different things. And it's not just about support. There's networking stuff. So if you're in an MLM, if you are looking to grow a business, if you're looking to learn a new diet, if you're looking for fashion advice, you name it, it is on there. If you're looking, there's one that I'm involved in called Latinas Unite. And I'm in that one. And it's just like a bunch of Latina women that kind of get together and chit chat about like life and silly. Like, you can find whatever it is that you're looking for on there. It's a great, great community that is growing by leaps and bounds every single day. And no, I have nothing to do with this. That was just a plug for them because I think they're great. So
yeah, I've been enjoying listening because it's all audio, so you can kind of listen almost like to discussions as if you're listening to a podcast. But then if you really get into it, you could raise your hand and like get moved up. So I've just been like, or I'll jump around and just tune in and just listen to it like if it's a podcast. But you're definitely more involved. I'm kind of like lurking. Lurking around and listening. So I just pop into groups. I know Christine was on earlier and she does hers. I think she had hers at 7 a.m. today. And I always apologize because I'm like, Christine, I maybe I'll just listen sometime. I'll have to schedule to wake up that early.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was waiting to see if she was going to comment, because I'm new to Clubhouse as well, and I am an Android person, so I was feeling a little left out. So I had to be included because there's no way anyone's going to leave me behind. I will drag myself in or pull myself in. And so, yes, Christine is on at 7 a.m. and I can't keep up with her because if we're talking on the phone at 3:30 in the morning, I need to go to bed. And she could be up on Clubhouse at 7 a.m. a couple of hours after, and I can't do that. So I will say I love Clubhouse. It is an awesome, awesome platform, and I am going to go join the keto. What is it? The Keto Monday or what?
Mine is called Keto and Autoimmune. That is the name of my club that I have on there, and it's on Mondays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So for you, that'd be pretty early, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you guys do it like a little later? But I will go.
Thinking about doing it a little bit later, so it might be happening because I do another group on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, and it's called Keto Foodies Unite, and it's not necessarily about food. That's another one that's about everything. Like last week, we were talking about ketone blood monitors. So like it talks about like all, which Melissa, you'd be very interested in because it's very scientific. So and we get like Ryan Lowry on there. Like it's great. Like we get really great people. So it's fun.
Yeah, that would be 5 a.m. in the morning for us. So maybe I'll let Melissa do that one. I can't do that one. But I was gonna say that what is it, the Latina something that you just mentioned? I might join that one as well. So I'm excited to get to know a little bit more of that. And I love that you are in different spaces where, you know, you get to connect with a different audience. So I love that. And look, Ken just joined us. He said, love the purple dye. Hi, Ken.
Thank you. I figured I was going to go a day early. I'm definitely going a day early on the purple, but I had to represent, right? And I see you the background, you have a shirt. Like we had to come out swinging, right, girls? So
yes, I mean we're starting May. Like, yeah, it's tomorrow. Perfect reminder. We're getting ready for all the May awareness, spreading purple everywhere. But this has been so awesome to connect with you. And I think you've heard it from everyone that there's another request to bring you back. And let's talk about ketogenic lifestyle. I mean, you'll be all over. We'll put it all over the internet. So support Fibro, Looms For Lupus channels. I know it's still Facebook coverage. We'll figure out ways to do Instagram. They need multi guests on Instagram somehow. That would be helpful someday.
I know you can't even share it. It's such a pain.
Yeah, I think I heard that there is now capability, so we need to look into that, Melissa. I think that now you can have more than two. So with that being said, that's like a to-do for us. So I think it'd be amazing if we could all do this also over there. Maybe not simultaneously, but together.
That'd be awesome. Well, thank you so much, Danielle, for your time and your energy. Like, I can't tell you enough how much your energy is appreciated. All this enthusiasm of getting people to like reframe and just get excited about things, get excited to dance, get excited to try new things in their wellness journey. It's completely impressive. So thank you so much for your time today, and we'll continue to connect on the road and with other things coming up in May.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This has been a blast and a pleasure. And thank you. And I can't wait to come back. I'm so excited. And you could do the data part, and I'll talk about the other part.
I'll have my pathway planner ready to go so we can talk about the Krebs cycle and ATP and all that stuff, right? No?
Yes. People want to know that. You need to explain why.
Yes.
But I think people love the recipe part. So we'll brainstorm discussions like how much. Maybe you'll get them excited in the beginning. I can put them to sleep in the end. I don't know. We'll work on that.
Perfect.
Well, wonderful. And as we're closing, we want to thank you so much, Danielle, for sharing all of the amazing things that you are doing over in New York and everywhere else, because you are having a connection with people outside of New York, and that's an amazing thing. It's amazing to hear that your 14-year-old founded this amazing organization, that he not only was helping you, but now also helps others, that he raises money for research, that he raises also funds to help out students that have their parents living with these conditions. And I think that is what this is all about, letting people know, I didn't know that about your son. And it's amazing to see. I like to involve my daughters in everything that I do. My daughter lives with fibromyalgia, and so do I. And it's just amazing to be able to, share a lot of what we're going through with them as well, and have them support us and support each other. So that's an amazing relationship there that you just showed us, and an encouragement for other parents to not live this with these issues alone. And it's okay to talk about these things and open this conversation up with our children, because even though they're young, they see us, they feel us, and they love us. And my daughter, actually, she went to Capitol Hill with Melissa and as well. And so I think she's a little bit more like Melissa in the nerdy way, and also she's very shy. So I was very impressed that Melissa was able to help her out also and speak out. And by the end of our first day in Capitol Hill, she was sharing her story, and she's now done that for 2 years in a row. So it's amazing to see that our children will also mirror and do things. And your son is doing exactly what you taught him to do, is to help others. And it's amazing to see that. So again, thank you for sharing all of this with us, and for making us laugh and enjoy this road trip that I think one day, when the pandemic is over, we may be able to ride in that convertible, that red convertible with that awesome music and that delicious, yummy food.
Love it. Works for me. I'm in.
Well, thank you to everyone for tuning in. We definitely will put links to reaching Danielle in the description. So reach out, go follow her on Instagram. She has amazing content that she puts out. It's fun. And I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun and you'll learn a lot. So tune in to what she's doing over there on Instagram, and I'll be sure to put the link in the description as well for the video. Thanks again, everyone, and we will see you on the road. Bye.